Hello sir, my name is Drew Monson. I'm a YouTuber, and the video you're about to watch was filmed for my second channel, but I decided to post it here on my main channel instead. If you're not aware of my second channel, the link is in the description. I have a lot more videos on there that are more loosely structured of me kind of just talking more like a podcast. And if you don't know what a podcast is, honestly, I can't help you at this point. I wish I could. I have more subscribers on this channel, so I thought this would be a good way for me to promote my other channel. I tend to over-explain things, and I feel like it makes sense already, and you get it, so I'm just gonna go now. Do you want to see what it looks like when I hold a rubber cheeseburger? What do you think? Enjoy. I hate my life. I just want to let the person watching this video right now know something. You are powerful. You are more powerful than you know. You are more powerful than I am personally comfortable with. I don't like that you are this powerful. It hurts me. I feel your claws entering my skin right now. You're drawing blood, right? That hurts me. I'm sensitive, okay? Hey, my name is Drew Monson. Welcome to my second channel. I'll be right back. If you've never been to this channel before, I basically present both of us with a challenge. For me, the challenge is to let myself speak for 35 to 70 minutes, give or take, without inflicting too much self-hatred upon myself as somebody who historically hates myself so much and truly believes that I only could ever deserve misery. And the challenge for you is, can you connect with a man like that? Can you hear him out? You know, can you leave him a nice little comment that he'll take with him to the grave? You know, can his mommy print those out when he dies and put them in his cold dead hands? Sorry, I don't think I'll die before my mom. I didn't mean to say that. I've been feeling very dark lately. By the way, speaking of thinking in a dark way, I think we need a new term instead of mentally ill. I hate to say this, and I don't mean to sound like a millennial, but it's cringe. Mentally ill, I'm marking it right now. It's January 28th. Mentally ill is a cringe term. You know why? Because I see these posts on the internet, and I know that's on me for getting angry at posts on the internet. That's kind of what they're designed to do. But people will say like, this movie is Barbie for mentally ill people. No. If you say something like that, if you say a sentence like that, you're not mentally ill anymore. You just lost your badge. If you act too cringe about being mentally ill, you aren't. I know that's not true, but I'm saying it and you kind of know what I mean, right? It's like, don't be too cute about this, because if you think it's cute, I'm doubting that you're experiencing it. Because it ain't so cute. And I know you could be saying, Drew, well maybe they know it's not cute, but they try to make it cute as a coping mechanism. They shouldn't! Just kidding. They can do whatever they want. You know how I cope with mental illness? I wear a beanie every day of my life. A little hat. To try and soothe my brain. People ask me sometimes, why do you always wear a beanie? What is it covering? My noggin. Where does all the problems start? My noggin. I was thinking the other day, I was watching a movie with a love scene in it, you know? And you know when they're not wearing clothes? The actors, like, they're not wearing clothes, but they're also not showing you anything. Like, strategically, and I don't know about you, but I'm always like, how'd they do that? Like, I can barely do that when I'm wearing clothes. Like, sometimes I'm walking around and I'm like, my crack's popping out right now. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I want to do about that. I just don't. When I'm depressed, you're gonna see my crack. That's just gonna happen, you know? I don't have time to, oh, let me pop some different pants on. and I'm wearing clothes at that moment. I can't even not show my body when I'm wearing clothes sometimes. Because it's like, what are you gonna do? You know what? I wore the wrong pants underwear combination. And there's a little line at the bottom of my back. And if people are interested in that, they have the opportunity today. Because I just don't have the energy. My crack is Barbie for mentally ill people. Can you imagine people going to a movie theater and just watching the little line at the bottom of my back? I already said that. I need a new thing to call it. What else could you call it? You know how forks have three little thingies? Like, what if, like, I called my crack the middle prong of a fork? Could that be interesting? please leave a comment. It could really help. Sorry, I hope I didn't get boring already. I know the energy, people have been commenting on my videos lately saying, Drew, there's something different about this one. And they always say it in the most vague way where I'm like, I know what you're doing. You're messing with my head, because I'm going to go to sleep tonight being like, something different about you, Drew. Something changed. But at the same time, I don't really like the way I've been feeling and acting for about 28 years, which is how old I am. So, sounds like good news to me. You know what I mean? Congratulations to the rest of the world, to the people that surround me. No, I actually think that I'm a nice friend. You know what? I actually think that I'm a nice friend. And when I have my moments where I'm a difficult friend, oh, you bet I can write an apology paragraph. You wouldn't believe the apology paragraphs that I can write. By the way, I tweeted, like a month ago, I was making potatoes. Here's my story, okay? Let me know what you think of this. I was making sliced potatoes, which, by the way, I'm already proud of myself. If I'm using a knife to like slice something, that's big for me. Because in my natural state, I want to like order Panda Express as delivery, which is, you know, disrespectful to yourself as a person, I think. But if I'm slicing potatoes, like, that's an accomplishment in and of itself. So I was doing that, and I put them in the oven, because I just like making like little homemade chips, right? They're not perfect, but they're mine. And I put them in the oven, and then I took them out halfway through to turn them over. And when I took them out, and I looked at the baking pan, there was one of my Lexapro pills, one of my 10 milligram Lexapro pills had been cooked. And it was like gray. And of course, then I'm scared, like, did I medicate the potatoes? Should I eat these? If you heat up a Lexapro, does it turn it into like evil Lexapro that actually kills you instead of makes you kind of happy but irritable? But anyway, I thought it was funny. I took a picture of it, right? I posted it online. It went viral, absolutely. Thousands of likes, conversations going on in the replies. And then somebody posted it on like their meme page on Instagram. And someone sent that to me. So all of a sudden, it's not at my audience anymore. It's taken off. It has a life of its own. And all of the comments, I'm not exaggerating, all of them said, I bet you need Lexapro. You can barely make potatoes. Those are the worst looking potatoes I've ever seen. And I'm just like, why do you care that I'm a bad cook? I don't even care that I'm a bad cook, and I'm the one eating the food. I'm happy that I make food. But of course, I'm taking it too personally, right? And I was having a really bad night when I saw all these comments. And I responded to one of them. Keep in mind, this is not even taking place on my Instagram page. These people, honestly, they just feel like they're screaming into the void. They probably don't know who Drew Monson is. Who does these days, right? You do. Wait, why am I excited? Just kidding. But you know, like, they're not, but still at the same time, I would never call anybody's potatoes ugly. Never. Maybe in my head, but a lot of stuff goes on in there we don't talk about, right? So I responded to this one person, and I was like, this hurt my feelings. I was like, first of all, that's a corny joke. Whatever roast they did on my potatoes, they really roasted my potatoes. Somebody had to, right? Which, by the way, you're calling my potatoes ugly. They were halfway done. I should have made that clear in the tweet. That's on me. But I was like, this is corny about, and she goes, you know what? I think you might be taking this too seriously. Because she responded, like, right away. She's like, what? Like, I think that you might need to, like, get off of, which I always take personally. Like, when someone's like, you know, because I have someone who's been making stuff on the internet for so long. Since I was like 13 years, I was thinking about this the other day. If you go to my main channel, my first videos on YouTube were filmed on tape. I forgot about this, and the other day I was like, dang, I'm really vintage. Or I used to be. It wasn't even vintage at the time. I would do them on tape, and then I would connect my little camcorder as a 13-year-old to the computer, and I would press record on the Windows Movie Maker application, and I would press play on my camera, and it would, I mean, that's analog. I'm an analog YouTuber is what I'm saying. And sometimes people will insult and I'll go, that's mean, hurt my feelings, why'd you say that? And they'll go, well, just don't be here then. And it's like, they're so wrong, because like, well, don't be mean, but they're also so right. I mean, I am giving myself up to the world. And the world is scary. And people are angry for a good reason. But do they have to be angry at my potatoes? Something to ponder. What else was there? Oh, you know how at the end of a movie, it'll give you like, my favorite part of any movie. My favorite part. I really mean this. When I'm like, here we go. I'm gonna enjoy this. Is the last like 2 minutes when the final song is playing and it's beautiful. And like a biopic, right? Like a movie, fictional but based on a true story, where they give you those like paragraphs and they're like, Joe turned into a this. He still lives with his wife in Missouri. I love reading that so much, and I thought about it. I was like, I think it's because I love Wikipedia. And it's basically sitting in a comfortable seat, because you know, movie theaters these days, they got those recliners, and we love that so much. I'm so privileged by the movie theater recliner. When they don't give it to me now, I'm like, excuse me, you know? But anyway, it's basically sitting in a comfortable seat with maybe your popcorn, maybe you've snuck in some potato chips in your backpack, and sometimes they check your backpack, but really, like sometimes the security guard will see my chips. And that's when I realized he doesn't care, he's looking for guns. And that's a scary thought. I can't hurt anybody with these potato chips. I can hurt some people's eyes and hearts with the look of my homemade potato chips. My sliced potatoes have been certainly making people, you get the reference. But anyway, I was thinking like, why don't they just make movies where the whole thing is that? Where you sit down, it plays a beautiful, the most amazing playlist you've ever heard. They could even do customized ones. Like, you know, Theater 7 is showing emo playlist over here. Doesn't matter. Alternative rock, indie. And they just, like, this is the story of World War II. And they go, you know, Hitler invaded, and you're just kind of like, it's very calming. Is this a good idea? Why did I go right to Hitler? Because, you know, here, I just have one more thing to say about this. You could see a YouTube video maker like me. I don't like the term YouTuber, I think it's derogatory. YouTube video maker. It's kind of cute. It sounds like I'm 11 years old again. You could see someone like me who puts myself out there, but also is incredibly sensitive to like a narcissistic level where it's like no one's even thinking about it as much as you are, and go, you need to just stop. Why don't you stop doing this thing that seems to upset you sometimes? But then I could throw it right back to you, couldn't I? Is there anyone in your life or any situation that you're in right now or anything that you participate in or put into your body that upsets you sometimes, but you do it anyway because the benefits feel so good when they do? Yes. So how dare you talk to me that way? But please keep talking to me that way, because honestly, I think I'm addicted to the sadness. Hey, sorry for scaring you. I forgot to say something in the video, so I wanted to add it here. Excuse me for interrupting your viewing process. Yes, Daddy. So I'm sponsored by Factor and it's feeling so good. My lunch was always a disaster, my potatoes weren't good. I'm popping Factor in the microwave and never even knew that I could. When my meal is over, yes, my kitchen's still clean. And then the sun comes through the window and I'm finding some peace. I saved my time, I saved some money, and I saved a little moment for me. I got sponsored by Factor. That is really, 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 really good. That's good. Okay, be honest, that song was like kind of not bad, right? Like if that's not gonna get you to click my link, I don't know what ever could. You freak. Anyway, I like Factor. It really does taste good. You should try it. They also have smoothies and juice, so you don't even have to eat. You can just sip. Some people like sipping, and I respect them. Sure. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and enter the code ThanksDrewOMG50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. That's 50% off your first Factor box on factor75.com with offer code ThanksDrewOMG50. Do you get that, or? You seem slow. And if you do buy it, then you're supporting my channel. Isn't it funny we call it a channel? I mean, where's the remote? All I see is an iPhone, or even a Roku. I guess you could have me on the Roku. Anyway, we'll see you soon. I think that I had an idea, like what if we measured What if if someone asks you how tall you are, what if instead of being like, I'm 6'1", which by the way is true. My name is Drew Monson, I'm 6'1", you can quote me on that. What if instead of saying I'm 6'1", whoever the tallest person in the world is right now, who is not dead, they don't just have a statue of him, he's alive, eating food, watching TV, whatever, we compare it to that. So let's say his name is David, right? He's 7'3", okay? I just say, I'm 10 inches shorter than David. So everybody, how tall are you? Well, David's 7 inches taller than me. And we all just become familiar with David. And we don't have to think about it like, you know what I mean? Is that the worst idea you've ever heard? Because you've got to have heard some bad ones. You live in America now, don't you? Nah, you don't live in America. You're British, yeah. Not bad, yeah. Okay, I honestly don't know why I said that. I've been obsessed with I know it has a bad connotation now because of Mr. Trump, but I just love the word Donald. I've talked about this before, but I become obsessed with like a certain word for, I would say 6 months to a year at a time. This is something I said out loud. Without thinking about it, this is just swimming around in my unconscious. Let me find someone named Donald Simpson and make him part of my life. Sometimes I say stuff like that and I go, is there a meaning to that? Am I just being random, ha ha ha? Or is there someone out there named, whoa, wait, this video actually might be seen by over like 50,000 people. If you know somebody, there's gotta be like, what, 400 guys named Donald Simpson? At least one of them's gotta have some good advice for me. Or maybe a lifelong friendship that could change the way my mental health works. Donald Simpson is Homer Simpson for mentally ill people. Whatever. You try saying something funny. No, go ahead. By the way, I'm so rude. How are you doing? How are you doing? Did you have a better month than me? That's a good question, because I had a really bad month. Really bad month. I was feeling like, oh my God, I'm the worst person. You know, like the highlight of every day lately has been like, when am I gonna take my big fat nap? When am I gonna die for just a little while? I know I'm not the first person to compare taking a long, sad nap to death, but I'm gonna be the last one. I promise you that. I really have just, you know when you're just not enjoying your life, but so you wake up and you eat a big meal with a little bit of sugar on top, and then you go right back to sleep? And then you think of, and like, that actually doesn't sound that bad. I think I am enjoying life. Like, falling asleep when I'm not supposed to, taking a nap, that feeling to me feels so good. And that's actually the benefit of like being depressed, is you still get that. Unless you like work full time and you have kids, and maybe some of you are watching this right now like, I don't have that opportunity. I'm sorry. I honestly think I wouldn't be alive if I wasn't allowed to take a really long nap. And I think that's why I'm a YouTuber. I don't want to work at like a bookstore and they're like, come in for 10 hours today. Oh, sorry, do I get a nap in the middle? No, you get 10 minutes for lunch. Oh, well, I don't want to work there anymore. Okay, well then you can't have shelter. Okay, well, I guess I'll be dead then. Like, that's... Do you ever feel like modern conversations are just too... I don't know how exactly to describe this. Something I'm working on for my stand-up that doesn't exist. You ever write stand-up but like, I don't actually want to do that because I don't want to look at people looking at me? Modern conversations sometimes feel like two people, like if you're the same age, like if you're in your 20s, it's just two people like apologizing to each other and explaining why they did so. Like, sorry, I know I didn't mean to sound like that. I do that because I have this thing where like I do that. Yeah, no, sorry, I didn't mean to sound like I had a problem with you doing that. I do that because like I have this thing and like my mom did that. Sorry, no, yeah, sorry if I seem like I didn't care that your mom did that. Like, I sometimes don't listen to people saying what their mom used to do because I think about what my mom and dad used to do, so it's... Oh no, sorry, I zoned out for a second, but I have zoning out disorder. Like, it's just people, like... I swear sometimes I'll just make up a disorder. I'm like... That's not true. I call it Donald Simpson disorder. Oh, somebody commented... At least 10 people sent me a TikTok comment about me where someone said, I saw him crying at the beach once alone. He's so sweet, or something. And I told that to my parents, and my dad's response to that was, I'm sure there are a lot of people who look like you who cry at the beach alone. Which, like, I'll give it to him. It's pretty funny. But is that true? You know, it hurt. No, it didn't hurt. It was just funny. So congratulations to my dad. You said the first funny thing of your entire life. I don't know about you, but my dad is not very funny, and it's actually kind of annoying. And trust me, he's not going to be upset that I said that. He actually likes, that's like what a dad does, right? They say stuff that's not funny, and then they're kind of like delighted by you being like, why do I talk like I'm 17? Like, why? Like, Dad's not very funny. Drew, grow up. You're almost 30. Who cares? And you know what's weird is I can't tell if it's like one of those fake memories where you like see a childhood picture of yourself and then you start remembering that day, but you don't actually remember the day. I feel like it's kind of like that, but I think because I think I was in Santa Monica, California. That's in Los Angeles Beach. And I remember crying, and I feel like I remember somebody looking at me, and I feel like there was a part of me that was like, this probably looks pretty sweet right now. Like, I probably look like I'm going through something. Like, you know, I can't lie. You want people to know when you're crying. Like, if I'm gonna cry in public, maybe you're the opposite. I'm sure there are people out there who are like, I'm crying in public, please, nobody look. Why won't the bus come and pick me up sooner? I don't want, you know. I'm just stretching my beanie all the way down. I just don't want anyone to know. I'm like, I take the beanie off. I'm like, look at here. Look, they're red. Puffy and red. Puffy and red. Say it with me. But it's interesting because, like, why does that make me sweet? You know, people really have I know I should, like, take what I can get, but people really have an obsession with, what's that word for, like, when you turn somebody into a baby? Babyifying someone? Like, you treat them, let me know if you, in the comments down below. Actually, let me know any smart word that I could be using that I don't realize. I don't have a large vocabulary. My name is Drew Monson, not Dictionary Monson. That's the audience. But, like, why does that make me sweet? I mean, they just happened to see me at a time when I was the one crying at the beach. You could just have easily have happened to see me when I was with my dad at the beach, telling him that he wasn't funny, whispering it into his ear while he cried, and then they could comment, I saw him make his dad cry at the beach. Okay? And then all of a sudden it's, well, that's not very sweet at all. This guy sounds like a real freak. He whispered it? Why? Is it a secret? Anyway, what if somebody said, I saw him cry on YouTube by himself. I've done that. I wonder how, is anyone like a historian of me? I don't think I'm famous enough for that. But does anyone know how many times I've cried on the internet? I took a picture of myself crying the other day, and I was gonna post it. Well, here's the thing. I was so sad, and I posted an Instagram story that literally just was like text, really big. It was just like black. You know when you just like take a picture of the back of your hand, but you zoom it in all the way and you get that black screen? And I just put, life is sad. And I only left it up for like an hour because I was like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's just who I am and I shouldn't hide from it. But what am I getting from that? Is it worth it? I mean, that's crying at the beach for me, you know? It's all, everything I do, it's all just crying at the beach and hoping somebody goes, hey, look, that guy's crying at the beach. And he has a ponytail. Hope he's all right, you know? Because I was like, I try not to bring up other YouTubers too often, but for some reason I compare myself to Drew Gooden sometimes, because we have the same first name, and there's not a lot of male Drews out there who don't go by Andrew. I was like, Drew Gooden would never post that. Drew Gooden wouldn't be caught dead posting just a blank screen Instagram story saying, life is sad. Everyone would think you're like, Drew, you're doing a bit. You're making fun of Drew Monson. Good Drew Monson impression, Drew Gooden. Like that, he'd go viral. I saw Drew Gooden doing a Drew Monson impression at the beach. What was he doing? Oh, he was crying. Oh, he was like doing it. Yeah, he's like, Wouldn't it be funny if Drew Monson did this right now? Anyway, kind of embarrassing. Okay, here's my picture. This is pretty sad though. You know what? This isn't that sad of a crying picture because it looks, I'm milking it too hard. You know what I mean? Like the hand on the chin, it's too much like, I'm crying, aren't I? Not only am I crying, but I'm thinking about the fact that I'm crying. Wait, there's one more. Oh, see that one? I didn't like this one because it showed my hairline too much. Like if you saw that picture, you'd be like, oh, that's a guy crying because he's going bald. Okay, whatever. Then this is just an impression of my profile picture on my second channel. Check it out, baby. What else? Is this a good speed? I feel like I'm enjoying making this video. I'm not as like manic right now. I'm not manic. I'm trying to like, oh, I was on the bus. This was really embarrassing. I was on the bus and it was like a really crowded bus because I was out of town, and where I live, the buses don't get that crowded. We don't get that often to like the point where you have to stand. Like 10 people are just standing. And I was in a big city. But there was, and then it becomes this negotiation where it's like, I'm trying to get, okay, who's getting off the bus next? You know, sorry, I thought I wasn't recording for a second. Oh, wouldn't that be horrible if you hadn't heard those things I said? But it's like, I can tell, oh, somebody just rang the stop. Now I have to like move, but there's like no, so basically I didn't have anywhere to go, but behind this guy's wheelchair, and you know, I don't know if you've been on a bus before, check it out, they're yellow. Sometimes. Actually, never mind. They like strap in the wheelchair, right? Like it's like an electric, and they have to like, it's like a whole situation. And I didn't know where to go, and this was the wrong move. Let me just tell you, so this is his wheelchair, right? And I'm like against a wall, and I just went there, and he didn't see me. He's facing this way. You know, he's not gonna 180 for any reason. I'm not a loud man. I'm just going like this, and then all of a sudden, I wasn't even thinking, I'm just nervous. And the bus stops, and it's time for him to get off. He's the one man I should have been focusing on. When's this bucko gonna get off? And he starts backing up his electric wheelchair into my body. If he would have gone any farther, I was gonna be crushed. Like one of those Saw movies. And I literally just started going, sorry, 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 sorry. And people are looking at me, and there's two like teenage girls laughing at me. I mean, that's humiliating. Oh, it was horrible. One time, no, I'm not even gonna tell you that. I'll tell you that on my Patreon. I'm sorry! Because it's not even that bad, but there's something I did on the bus that, okay, that sounds horrible. In that type of genre, whatever. Okay, you know cinnamon brooms? Have you ever heard of this product? They sell them at the grocery store. I think they sell them at Trader Joe's. I know they sell them at Trader Joe's. And they smell like cinnamon. It's like a Christmas thing. And I bought one this year. And you know, it lasted for a while and then it ran out. It ran out of cinnamon. And it was just hiding behind my piano, and I was just like, or my keyboard. I was like, I don't need this anymore. It's just straw at this point. There's no, it looks like like an old-fashioned Halloween broom, but for Christmas. And so I was like, I'm gonna throw this away. So I wasn't even thinking about, just like any other trash I throw away. I walked from my apartment door to the dumpster in front of my apartment complex with this broom. And one of my neighbors was walking by. I wasn't even thinking, and he goes, and I had my headphones on, and I just saw him go, ah. And I go, huh? And he goes, you know what? And I couldn't hear him. I was like, what? He goes, you know what? And I went, what? Which, I hate that moment when you can tell you've asked too many times, you're about to annoy them. Like they were just trying to be friendly. They're about to blow. And he goes, are you gonna fly away? And I was like, you know that thing you do, and it kind of feels like someone's making fun of you, but you want to be like, you want to be agreeable. You go, yeah, no, I'm not. Or you know what I said? I went, not yet, which is kind of not really a joke, but you know, it had the patter. It had the timing of something that could be. And he went, you know. But then of course I throw my broom in the dumpster, and I'm like, why'd you say that to me? You know. And I know what you're thinking, Drew, stop taking everything so personally. One of your neighbors is extending a humorous arm, latch onto it like a koala on a tree. Accept it, you know? Let this man love you. He's Donald Simpson! Sorry. Dang it, now I'm gonna have to edit this video and turn the volume down at that point. At least 3 of you are laughing pretty hard though. And isn't it so cute? Sorry, I didn't mean to be weird. Literally didn't mean that in a weird way. Whoa. But anyway, I just kind of, you know when somebody makes a joke like that where they're kind of like, oh, like I remember when I was a kid, I know this sounds like I'm bragging about how skinny I was, which maybe I am, you'll never know. One of my friend's dads, I mean, if you want to talk about dads not being funny, your dad is not funny. Friends' dads are not funny, but they're also mean. He goes, it was a windy day, and he goes, Drew, are you going to fly away? Wait, literally the same joke. That's crazy, I didn't even realize. He was like, whoa, look out, Drew's going to blow away. Like, he's going to fly away. He's so small and weak that he's going to, which by the way, I wasn't even sure when I was 7 years old that couldn't happen. So that's kind of a terrifying image to put into my head that I'm like, And of course the dad's not even helping. He's going, I told him he was going to fly away. I didn't grow up in the South. But I just feel like you shouldn't belittle people. You know, if you're going to make a joke, and I'm sure I've made some belittling jokes in public without thinking about it. No, I try not to talk to people that often. What joke? I tried to make a joke recently, but I can't remember. Because, you know, I feel like I'm pretty funny, but when I'm nervous in a social situation, it all goes right out the window. Like out a 12-story window. I'm just the most boring person you've ever met. I should come up with some jokes to just have ready. Because you know when you ask somebody how they're doing and they go like, couldn't hurt to say that I'm doing well, but if you ask me tomorrow, I might tell you look like chicken. You know, something stupid. That's actually pretty good. Wait, why am I laughing? If you ask, I'm gonna write that down. If you ask me tomorrow, I might tell you look like a chicken. Now that's random. Now that's random, yeah. You know what bugs me? Is when I tell somebody, like I tell a woman friend, that I like a movie. I go, oh, I like the movie No Country for Old Men. And they'll go, that's such a man movie. That's such a, oh, one of my favorite movies is Fargo. That's such a man favorite movie. Oh, you like The Truman Show? And it's like, first of all, women are smart too. What I'm saying is those are good movies, and if you're smart, you like them. But also, yeah, I'm a man. What do you want me to do? Say that my favorite movie is Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants? I'm gonna look you in the eyes and tell you my favorite movie's Pulp Fiction. You can walk away right now if that's what makes you comfortable. But that's just the truth, honey. I don't know. It's just like, okay, yeah, it's like... As if a man would ever say that. If you tell me your favorite artist is Ariana Grande, as if I'd ever say that's a woman artist to enjoy. You wouldn't catch me dead talking like that! 7 minutes after I told you I wasn't feeling manic today, I'm like about to start sweating. I feel sweat forming under my white tee, which by the way is from Target, which I'm sure is an evil company. My heart is beating. Let's take my heart rate. Let's both take our heart rates. Did you know that I have 3 of them for some reason. There's an app where, this is not sponsored even a little bit, but you put your finger, and I swear it works. And it sees somehow the movements of your, okay, let's see. My heart rate right now, while I'm making this video, is 114. Oh wait, 79. Okay, we're good. I feel like I have a sturdy heart. You know what I mean? Do not smoke nicotine. And I'm serious. If you vape out there, I need to stop. I'm in a yelling mood, but come on. I know what you're thinking. Well, Drew, I'm so sad. I'm only gonna live until I'm 50 anyway, so it doesn't matter. Here's the thing. That's not true. That's not true. You're gonna be 70 wheezing. Face the facts. You're gonna be 70 years old wheezing. Am I partly angry at you because I'm angry at myself for smoking for so long? Different things? And I feel like even though I quit, it's, you know, the damage has been done. Yeah, that's part of it. But let's stop together. We can't do this to ourselves. Literally, some of the people I see, the amount that they vape, you aren't going to be able to walk up the stairs by the time you're 57. 57, you're going to knock me walking up the stairs, yeah? Imagine if Drew Gooden said that. Imagine Drew Gooden looks at you in the eyes, tell you his favorite movie is Pulp Fiction, he goes, you're not going to be walking up the stairs at 57, yeah? How would you feel? Imagine he says that to you on the bus. And he's right behind you, and you're on your wheelchair. That you have to ride because you smoked too much. Sorry. I can't tell if this is like fun, like we're having fun, or you turned off the video because it's like, it's too intense. You're like, this reminds me of my uncle, like he used to be scary. Like I don't know what vibe I'm giving off. Okay, wouldn't it be funny if somebody laughed like this? Like this was someone's laugh. No. Like they just said the word no. 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 Let me know if that would be funny. Would you hang out with somebody? Keep in mind, they're rich. And they like, their family's rich. Have you noticed there are some people who have like a talent for, and I'm not talking about it in like a Saltburn way. I'm talking about it in like a suburban way. Like, there's some people I know that just know a lot of rich people. They're not rich. They're like on Medi-Cal, but they know, sorry, that sounded, I didn't like the way I said that. But stop laughing. Show us you didn't like it by looking. But you know what I mean? Like, there's just some people that are always house sitting at like a mansion. And it's like, what? At a certain point, you're rich too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm broke. Really? Because everyone around you is rich and they're paying for a bunch of, they're paying you to look at their cat. So I don't think you're rich or broke. Okay, living alone is really hard. We can all agree on that, right? I thought, has anyone come up with this before? Maybe I'm like maybe this is already a TikTok trend, and I'm the last person to realize it. But I was laying on the floor right here, actually, in front of my turtle tank, just on my stomach that grows every day. And I had turned on a podcast in my living room, and then I walked into, and it was still playing, and it really brought me comfort. And I thought I should do that more often, like, because I kind of fall asleep like that. Does anyone else do this? I'll start a podcast, and then I will turn it down so I can barely hear it. I don't even want to know what they're saying, but I just want to feel like something's going on, right? Because I've heard people bring this up before in the sense of like that memory that a lot of people have of like your mom's doing dishes in the kitchen, but you're in your bedroom, and it's like something about that just like feels safe to you. It's kind of sad that I would have to create that actual feeling of safety completely artificially. This phone is not my mom, as much as I want it to be. Two people talking on a podcast. Because sometimes I'll just turn it down so much, like I swear I will press play on a podcast and then turn it down to the point where the volume is at 0. But just the fact that it's playing on my phone means something to me. I don't know. That wasn't very interesting. I feel like I had one more thing to say. By the way, this is my notes app. Modern conversations, a man thing. I wrote this down. I'm self-diagnosed genius IQ. I saw something online the other day about like, if you can do this math problem, you're above a 115 IQ. And I was like, here we go. You know what? I failed Algebra 1, but I'm feeling kind of cocky right now. I had no idea what they were. Like, it was one of those things where it was like, Sandy takes 20 miles per hour to get to the one house, but then on the way back, and like, immediately I was like, I'm dumb. I'm dumb when it comes to math. And when that's why I feel like we should never be on social media by ourselves. Because in that moment, I saw that tweet about IQ, and I was like, I'm stupid. Wait, I actually should hate myself. Which is a crazy logic to have, like, stupid people deserve rights. But like, if there was somebody next to me and I could be like, hey, look at this. Do you think that this tweet that I saw means that I'm dumb and don't deserve anything? No, what are you talking? That's insane. Of course not. Like, oh, okay. Like, that would be a good way to use social media. We should all have like a buddy. Oh, I'm gonna go on Twitter. Can somebody come over? I'm gonna be on Twitter for 3 hours. I'm gonna go on TikTok for 45 minutes, just so I don't get my feelings hurt. I want one of you guys to come over. And if I see something that seems like they're making fun of the type of hair that I have, or you know, just like the most specific things. It's like, people who use this shampoo, you don't realize how much you're drying out, your split ends are showing, hun. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I just wanted to be pretty. All I ever wanted to be was pretty. But if there was somebody right next to me who loved and trusted me, my dream, somebody who fell in love with me. Tell me this isn't your dream. You get somebody to fall in love with you. I know it's a weird way to say it, but hey, let's be honest, that's what happens. And then, like, you're at a certain weight, and then they fall in love with you so much that nothing matters anymore, no matter what you do, and then you start eating more ice cream, and they still love you even though your belly got really big. That's my dream, to have that safety. It just keeps growing, and they go, wow, I actually think it's kind of cute, and I go, is it gross? And they go, can I be honest? I like it. And I go, get me another pint, right? This is fun. I'm glad we did this. Thank you for coming to my second channel. A place where a man can just be himself. I think I have to give in to Alex G. Have you heard of this indie rock artist? I've talked about this on my Patreon or something, but certain artists I will start to resent by how often I'm recommended them. Do you have anyone like that where it feels like once a week someone will be like, do you listen to Alex G? And I'm like, stop! Like, I don't know why, but I'm mad at him. But then I listened to one of them, and I was like, dang, this is actually really good. So that's my news. I'm giving in on Alex G. Same thing happened to me with Mitski. I was like, I've heard too many people say she's good. I don't know why, but now I don't want to hear it. Then I listened to her new album this year. It changed me. Is that a man thing to say? To be like, that's a my type of man. That's like the version of like, if you have a buzz cut and you say you like Pulp Fiction, that's the equivalent of having my hair and saying you like Mitski. Does that make sense? If you watch I wrote this down. If you watch my videos, you're my little brother. I don't know why, but I feel like do I feel like your older brother or no? What do I feel like to you? Do I feel like your freaking wife? That's where I go. I don't know about you. Your dad? Hope not. Am I your wife or your dad? Text your romantic partner that. If you're in a relationship right now, don't say, what is the thing people are saying now? Would you peel an orange for me? I saw that and I was like, I don't even know how to peel an orange. This is a very unlikable trait I have. I don't eat any fruits or vegetables. Sorry, I have like a big snot in my mouth. 1 second. And no, if you're curious, I didn't eat it. I disposed of it properly. Tasted good. I mean, sorry. Just kidding. But I don't eat any fruits or vegetables. Like, I honestly don't think I've ever had an orange. Unless my parents gave me one when I was too young to know better. I don't know why, I just don't like it. It's slimy. It's not the right type of slime. If I'm gonna have something slimy, it better be mac and cheese. I don't want a slimy orange. So like, if somebody asked me like, would you peel an orange for me? I'd be like, if you taught me how. Which is really not what someone wants to hear. But you should instead text them, what are you, my dad or my wife? What was I saying? Doesn't matter. You know how sometimes you're in an Uber and you have like this hasn't happened to me for a few years because I don't know if it's me or the world around me, probably both. But I used to have these, in like 2018, sometimes I'd be like, maybe I was on a different medication, and it would be like this life-affirming, they'd be like, you know what, you're a good person, and I'd be like, you know what, you seem like a good person too. And then we'd get out and be like, thanks for this. What was my story that I was gonna say? Oh, this isn't really that funny, but I was thinking like, what if in a ride where you don't say anything to each other, like you just get in the car and like put your headphones on, they're like, Drew? And I'm like, And then at the end of that, of like 15 minutes of just nothing, just going like, hey, thank you. Seriously, hey, thank you for that. Like, Honestly, I needed this. Like, what would they say? That's not funny. Oh, like, thank you. I wish you the best on your journey. I feel like I've had an Uber ride before where like we have a conversation and it ends with, I wish you the best on your journey. That's when you know you had a good conversation with a stranger, where you start talking about each other's respective journeys. I was outside in my apartment complex recently and there was a little kid, like one of those little kids who like just learned to walk, and he goes, "Sup?" And I went, "Hi." And he went, "What's your name?" And I went, "Drew." He goes, "Sup, Drew." And then his dad, he wasn't walking around by himself. That'd be crazy. I just let him go. I'm just like, "Nice to see you, sir." Oh, I have another funny story about a baby. Well, you can tell me if it's funny. But anyway, this isn't a good story. He was on the dad was on the phone with like, I don't know, his girlfriend, his wife, baby mama, not to be mean. And he was like, "Oh my God, little Jimmy just said sup to our neighbor." And I heard him telling the story and he said, "Sup, Drew." And I was like, dang, I'm famous around the community. Because that's my real dream. Like, I'm slightly niche internet famous, but like, I want to be famous in the sense where people are like, "Do you know Drew? Sick guy." Like, they don't even know I make YouTube videos. They're just like, "I saw him at Target. Sick guy. So cool. So cool. So chill." Oh, so I was with my friend last night. I don't know. Sometimes I just say stuff where I'm like, dang, I'm really dumb. Like, I really say dumb stuff sometimes. Because, like, she had just seen one of our friends from elementary school, or from forever ago, who has a new baby. And she just showed me a picture of the baby, and it was a little baby. And I was like, "So does the baby talk?" And she starts laughing. She's like, "No, it doesn't. It's 6 months old." Like, and there was a part of me that, I don't know. I've never had a baby. I used to be a baby, but I wasn't charting, "Oh, looks like I'm talking now. I'm 9. I don't know when that happens." She's like, "It can barely make noises." I was like, really? Maybe she said it did make, but then, I swear if you were here with us at the Chipotle, if you were there with us at the Chipotle, you'd be laughing, and I loved making my friend laugh, and it made me very happy, because well, this isn't going to be funny. I started doing an impression of the baby talking, because she started laughing, and I was like, was it like, "Hi, hi, can I get the, like, because they were at a restaurant, and I was like, was the baby like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get the potatoes, and can I do the chicken, but don't, can I get fries, but don't salt them? Is that okay? Or do you guys salt them, like, when you deep fry? Okay, that's fine, salt's fine, I just..." Can you imagine a baby, just what would a baby, just the idea of a baby, I guess this is just Family Guy. The idea of a baby talking like a normal person, it's just being like, "How are you? It's good to see you again." But it's like so small. "Can I get a Diet Coke? Pepsi? No, I like Pepsi." No, I actually prefer Pepsi. I only said Coke because I thought you guys, okay. I think that's it. How long have I been talking? I have no idea. If anyone knows a Donald Simpson, let me know. I have a story to tell on my Patreon. I'm probably going to talk longer on there. Honestly, I've been having a horrible... Oh, I gotta sing the names of the people who pay $30 a month on my Patreon. And I would love to. And it is not a chore, it is a privilege. It really is. That's not sarcasm. But I've been having the worst month, so I'm really glad I just made this. I haven't even taken in the fact that I just made a YouTube video, because I was having one of those months where I was like, I can't do anything anymore. It's all over for me. Bye-bye. And like I said, the highlight of my day has been taking a big fat nap, falling asleep, and then waking up and being like, oh no. Because I do the same thing over and over again and getting mad at myself for it, to where I'm like, the point of this is beating myself up. You ever realize that? Like, I would always fall asleep at 2 p.m. And by would, I mean yesterday and the entire 2 weeks before it. And then wake up at 4:30 and be like, oh no, I slept 2.5 hours. That's the longest anyone's ever slept during the day ever. Getting so mad at me. But then it's like, Drew, you knew that was going to happen. That's what you wanted. You did it. Just live with that. What would happen if you had done that already and then went, actually, that was a good thing. Yay, I slept 2.5 hours. There's nothing I can do about it now, so there's nothing you can do about it now. You might as well be like, that's good. I know some of you are vaping right now. You already took the damn hit. You already blew the damn cloud. You might as well look at that thing and say, you know, yippee, or whatever you say when you're happy, yeehaw. Because sometimes I want to eat a bunch of sugar, right? And it's hard for me to tell, trigger eating problems, right? It's hard for me to tell what, like, this word binge, I'm like, does binge, I feel like that might be one of those, like, mental terms that people use too loosely, and I don't want to do, but sometimes it feels like it, because all I do like a pint of ice cream, and then I'll put like a bunch of peanut butter on that, and then I'll put like a lot of sprinkles on there, and then I'll get like some kind of cookie, like maybe a brownie, some baked good that I can heat up in the microwave and kind of like rip apart and put over the ice cream, but then also have on the side, maybe with a cup of milk to finish the rest of the baked good that didn't go on the ice cream. Is that a binge? You know what I mean? Like, it's 1,300 to 1,500 to 1,700 calories, but it's not 5,000, right? But I really have been noticing when I get the urge to do that, it seems weird, but what I'm almost excited for is the moment where I have done it already. Maybe excited is the wrong word, but what I'm picturing is I should go eat ice cream so I can sit around and get that weird tired feeling where I like hate myself and I like have a crash where I'm mad at myself and I think I'm ugly and I'm like, what's the point anyway? I can do whatever I want now because my life is over and I'm gonna be big and no one's gonna love me. Like, I almost want that because like I'm always disappointed by the sugar. Like, yeah, it tastes good, but it never really hits the spot in the way you're expecting, but you're like, you've already made all the effort, right? I already put the sprinkles on. But I'm never disappointed by the amount of self-hatred I get. That always meets my expectations. It hits in a bad way, but it hits. Was that too much? I kind of regret saying that. Unless you loved it. Okay, I'll be right back. Because I was watching, okay, a little bit of YouTube drama. Not personal, but just, is it weird when I talk about this? Because I feel like I talk about it like I'm not somehow tangentially involved or know people who know these people or have met the, like, there's a few new people on here. By the way, someone's name, your name looks like incredibly Danish. And I don't know how to speak that, so I'm just gonna change it to SN, because that's what the initials start with, okay? Also, my turtle is hanging out in my dining room. Don't ask. So she's gonna make some noises while I sing. It's called a duet. Fabio. You know what? I'm gonna say my turtle's name as part of it. You know, why don't I always? My turtle's name is Rodeo Jones, and she deserves to be included no matter how much she pays. And honestly, she don't pay, she just take. I spend a lot of money on my turtle. If you knew how much money I spent on my turtle, it'd be a lot sweeter than seeing me cry on the beach, I'll tell you that much. I care for animals, I really do. I care for one animal. I eat some of them. Just to be clear, I mean chickens, turkeys, and salmon. I don't hunt them myself. I don't hunt turkeys and chickens and salmon. It wouldn't be worse if I feel like that's actually more respectable to catch your own salmon. At least be part of the process. Fabio and Rodeo Jones and Andrea SNAN. Natalie or Emily V. Sophia Grace Karen J. Gabby TG Girl Maddie and Danielle. Okay, Maddie and Danielle, they got a joint Patreon account. That's smart. They split the bill. They both get their names read. Personally, I think that's a scam. I won't lie. I'm still gonna sing it. I do think you're scamming me. Let's make that clear. Just kidding. You do you. What's your favorite movie? Michelle, Rose, and Kate, Emily Rose. Wait, wow, Emily Rose and Michelle. Are you guys sisters? Why am I doing so much commentary? Greg H. Maddie T. Eden and Tabitha. Linslat. And Josephina. I just spit so much. Ela Maria, Cannibal Kira. Oh, it got bad. Am I in a weird mental... Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Drew. Just do it. Just literally do it. Should I start over? No. This is crazy. I feel like... That's it. New song. I'm gonna do the last few again because that was unfair. Josephina. Mila Maria, Cannibal Kira, Paige, Little Ryan Gosling, congrats on the Golden Globe, Kayla, Jordan B, Stephanie K, Isabel Morales, Eden B, Sarah Jane Pierce and Damla Kenya and Riley Curie Lux and Kathy Gans and Ellen S. Tyler Lee Jones. Sorry if that was overwhelming. Imagine how I felt. Ooh. Anybody have any DIY solutions for excessive spit? And doesn't